recognize Robert's family who has joined us here. Tondra, his mother, Brittany, and Robert Jr., as he's Robert number 3. And Kevin Bradbury, his agent. Welcome him. Stephen Wick are sitting down here with you guys today for some reason. So we'd like to, first of all, there's a few of you who showed up late for this press conference. So coming late. But we'd like to welcome welcome Robert to Boston. He's a player we're very excited about adding to our team, developing him as a young man and as a Boston Celtic player. We feel like we have a great culture for him to grow and blossom, and I think he has a chance to be a very special player. I'll leave it to, you want to say anything, Coach, before we start?
I echo that.
Okay, any questions?
If you guys can please state your name and affiliation before you ask a question, that would be appreciated. Thank you.
Rick Prospect, Boston Celtics. Brad, what did you see in Rob when you were? What intrigues you about Rob's game?
So I think the biggest thing is as you look at what Robert brings to the table, is that he obviously has a lot of transferable skills right to the NBA, and that is the ability to defend not only his position but other positions, which, as we all know, is really important in this day and age. Be able to protect the rim, but also keep guards in front of him when the floor is spaced. And on the other side of the floor, has a great bounce to his game, is able to get up off the floor quickly, play way above the rim, but also handle the ball and pass the ball, which are really things that we need our forwards to be able to do. So there's a number of obvious transferable skills right now in Robert's games, and then there's things that he has to continue to improve and manage, and the early returns over the last few days as he's been here is that he's excited about that. I'll let him answer that more, but he's been in the gym every day. He got a workout in this morning at 6:30 a.m. and I think he's excited to get started, like a lot of our young guys are, as we get ready for summer league practice starting on Sunday.
Levin Reed, WBZ. Robert, just your first initial thoughts about coming to the Boston Celtics and how like Coach just said, you're excited. How excited are you?
It's a big blessing. That's how I look at it. But my first thoughts was, my dad's gonna be mad. He's diehard Kobe fan for years, but he had to transition over, so it's cool. But just knowing the community, knowing the coaching staff, my teammates, knowing who I'll be around, and just the wisdom and the energy I'll be receiving.
Sharp Blakely, NBC Sports Boston. I wanted to talk to you about just the team that you're joining now. You've got a couple of veterans, guys like Al Horford around. How much do you plan to kind of lead on those guys early on as far as understanding what it takes to be an NBA and just trying to really pick your brains as far as what they've been able to do and accomplish in their careers?
Yeah, definitely. I plan on looking at the vets from day one. Horford has had a great career. Eats right, works out right. He does everything he needs to do on a day-to-day situation. So I feel like me following his every footstep just give me the keys to success to being in this league.
Bob Strong, the Citizen. Robert, you come from a program that has a lot of tradition with DeAndre and Chris, and this is a team that has a lot of tradition too. Danny was a great player. He played with Robert Parrish, who's from Louisiana. Have you borrowed on any of their wisdom as you come into the league?
Yeah, obviously Boston is a place that loves hard workers. They love players and athletes who give it their all, give the city and the team their all. So hard work, dedication, and doing things the right way. I feel like those are the major keys.
Robert over here, Kyle Draper at NBC Sports Boston. When people talk about you, they talk about lottery level talent. Do you feel like you should have went higher in the draft, and are you going to remember, you know, those teams that passed on you, those first 26 teams or whatever it was?
Yeah, I mean, their decision was their decision. My mom always told me everything happens for a reason, and I feel like I landed in a great place, actually, to be honest. So, how I see it is only up from here.
Robert, one last question. Are you encouraged with the way the Celtics have been able to have the young players shine, such as Jason Tatum one year and then Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier, some of the younger players that have come into the system and been able to kind of adapt? Does that kind of bring a little bit more encouragement to you?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that came with following vets and just the hard work and giving it everything you got. I feel like that part definitely came into play.
Robert, Tom Husser with Mass Live. You mentioned Al Horford a few times. What about his game specifically stands out to you, and has he reached out to you at all?
Yeah, I actually met him when I first got here like 2 days ago. We had a quick conversation, but what's the most interesting about his game is Al he isn't rushed at all. He takes his time, even if some people say his moves are too slow. They're efficient, they work. So just studying his game from dribble handoffs to how he's coming out of screens, attacking, it's all beautiful. It all helps me prepare myself.
And did anything he said when you guys met stand out to you in particular?
Yeah, we're gonna work hard. Yeah.
Robert, Nicole Yang with Boston.com. When you were growing up or in college, who did you model your game after?
Brittany. Yeah, my big sister. Yeah. But no, I really didn't model my game after anyone. I just tried to add pieces from everyone's game that I saw in mine.
Anyone in particular that you liked something from them?
I'd say Anthony Davis the most. I just like how he was a really versatile kid.
Thank you.
Mark Murphy, Boston Herald. Robert, you made the decision to go back for a second year. What was behind that? What did you hope to work on, and do you feel you developed on those things?
Yeah, that was working on just maturity on and off the court, and a lot of the decision making came from my family helping me too. So my mom was a big part of it. She felt like I said, I needed to mature more, even if I didn't feel like that. But just talking, sitting with them, coming down to the decision that's what we made.
Robert, had you watched the Celtics play during the playoffs, and what were your impressions, and how do you see yourself being part of that?
Man, it's like I said at the beginning, it's a great fit. You know, I'm coming into a team that's competing to be in the finals. You know, I feel like it's a blessing. I feel like they gave it their all, the hard work, and the fans and the city behind them makes it 10 times better. So like I said, I feel like I fell in a great place.
Any final questions?
Remarking to Celtics.com. What's the last week been like for you? I mean, it's got to be a whirlwind. You get drafted, you got to come up here. Just explain how crazy it's been for you.
Man, I just look at it as a great opportunity. You know, people dream of being here. So, along with all the trouble and the hassle people say that come with it, you just got to look at it and tell yourself life is great. You know, not a lot of people get to make it in this own place.
Robert,
Need some longer sleeves.
Adam Milsbach with the Boston Globe. When you hear people questioning your motive sometimes, how does that drive you or motivate you, and what do you hope to show pretty quickly in Summer League to kind of prove people I'm wrong already?
Yeah, definitely. People question my motive a lot, but I work hard and I know I can work hard, and I'm a hard worker. So just being in this organization, like I said, knowing the morals, you know, of this organization, knowing what it takes to be in this league, definitely amped me up, and I'm ready to start.
It's hard to have a low motor and be Defensive Player of the Year for 2 years in a row in a tough conference. But, I mean, I've heard the same types of criticism, but that's that's a hard thing to do as a young man.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.